Hey y'all. So I'm back on the main feed this time, not shorts. Y'all know I'm a shorts king. Love shorts. Today I'm taking a break from some of the nonsensical other stuff I talk about, aka politics and other things, to really talk about something very important. Whether or not the Lizzie McGuire movie inspired Hannah Montana. So, of course, we have to go all the way back to 2001 for the premiere of Lizzie McGuire, starring Miss Hilary Duff, Lelaine. Incredible, incredible show about a relatable teenage girl. It was a comedy. She had this like Jiminy Cricket character on her side that was like giving us her intrusive thoughts. It kind of made it fantasy like. I mean, it was so successful. I mean, it blazed the path. So much so that Disney said, "Honey, let's give it a movie." So the Lizzie McGuire movie premiered in 2003, and Lizzie was overseas. Honey, she wasn't just in the neighborhood with Kate and them. She was all the way across the pond in Italy. Was it Italy? Was it Rome? Yes, it was Rome. Anyways, there's a whole plot in this movie where Lizzie more or less becomes this pop star, right? So recently for Vanity Fair, Hilary Duff suggested that the Lizzie McGuire movie paved the way for Hannah Montana, which we know to be a huge hit with Miley Cyrus. I mean, it goes without saying, Hannah Montana to this day has become a bigger cultural phenomenon, and it shows no signs of slowing down. So this is what Hillary said in the interview. She said, "I think Disney knew they were tapping into something when this worked so well. I'm sure it was some sort of inspiration." So for the last week or so, there's been this interesting argument within the pop culture sphere that, whether did is it true? Did Disney say, yes, yes, we saw that the blonde pop star worked with Hilary Duff's Lizzie McGuire movie, and we decided let's go that route for Hannah Montana. So there's no official statement from Disney, right? Which of course they're not going to say anything, right? Why would Disney? It's almost like if they did that, it'd be like pinning your two biggest franchises, television franchise. Would you say Lizzie McGuire is one of the biggest franchises? Yeah, I know Hannah Montana is. It'd be like pitting them against each other, and Disney's gonna take the more quiet route with that. They want y'all to eat both of them up. They don't want y'all to be trying to pair them up and make them into this competitive thing. So of course Lizzie McGuire and Hannah Montana are on the same network. They have the same target audience. It kind of fell into the normal girl wanting an extraordinary life. Well, as far as Lizzie McGuire's movie goes, right? With Hannah Montana. So as we know over the years, you know, Miley knew what the tea was, and even Miley on her Bright Minded Live podcast show with Hilary Duff basically said, Miley was like, it's very much giving. I was living for you. Miley said she went to a Hilary Duff concert as a kid. She wanted to dress like her. She bedazzled her stuff like her. She was a fan. Of course, Hillary returned the compliment. Girl supporting girls type vibe. Basically Miley Cyrus just said herself, Hillary was a major influence. And come on now. Like, I need the girls to stop playing. Hillary Duff was that girl. Hillary Duff, quite frankly, like, paved the way for all of these girlies to even think about coming around. You know what I mean? Whether that's the music side. Look at the music side. Hollywood Records, right? A dying record label that nobody was checking for. Hillary saved them, pulled them out of obscurity. And if you ask me, Hillary set that path for all the girls, the Demi Lovato's, the Selena Gomez's, to make it. Matter of fact, Selena Gomez one of her first pilots was a Lizzie McGuire spinoff with Lelaine. Did y'all know that? Anyways, of course, Michael Porras, who we know who was iconic, honey, he is the creator of Hannah Montana, and he says that Lizzie McGuire or its movie were, in no way, shape, or form, that they had nothing to do with Lizzie McGuire, with Hannah Montana. He said there's zero inspiration, and I he also said he barely even saw any episodes of Hannah Montana, matter of fact. And to be quite frank, I believe him on that front. I do. I do. I don't think that he was like, let me make a carbon copy, because if you ask me, like, they're very different shows, Lizzie McGuire and Hannah Montana. Um, Hannah Montana has like this like underlying country bumpkin thing to it, which is why I always kind of liked it a little bit more than it like anything. I always felt like I connected with it more than anything else, because like, oh, it's gonna sound controversial, but I feel like she was like a white minority. Does that make sense? You know how we look at those country bumpkin folks, even though they're maybe more or less don't consider themselves minorities, but it kind of felt like an alternative culture. It was that dialed up Southern culture, and maybe for me, a person that's from Texas living in the South, maybe that's also why I kind of more or less fell into loving it, because I knew that Southern culture type vibe. Anyways, do I think that Disney saw the Liz McGuire movie and that whole back plot pop star as ka-ching ka-ching bling bling bling, as Galleria from the Cheetah Girls would say? Absolutely. I think that they were like, oh, so this works. How the hell are we going to make this work even more? And the reality of it is, they were like, by this time that Hannah Montana came out, I feel like Hillary was on her way to more adult type projects. She had already had success with movies, a Cinderella story, cheaper by the dozen type vibe. Like, Hillary was kind of aged out of this group, and they brought in Miley. And I do feel like that they were like, let's it's gonna sound crazy. Let's do that Lizzie McGuire movie pop star thing on crack. And that's what Hannah Montana more or less was. So much to the point where Hannah Montana ended up getting its own movie. Um, and to answer the question of the video, I think we can say yes, but no. Was the Lizzie McGuire movie kind of the basis or standard for where they formed the idea for Hannah Montana? According to the creator, no. But if you read between the lines, you can absolutely say yes. What do y'all think in the comments? Let me know.